Hey there, audiophiles. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time. In this video, we're going to have a look at this little guy here. This is the KGUSS T3 Pro tube amplifier and headphone amp. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? David here from Prime Audio Reviews. So the KGUSS T3 Pro here, priced at $109. Let's get right into it. Going to start with a tour of the exterior. Now this little Perspex plate, or whatever you call it, just slots in there. We'll talk about that more in a moment. So first of all, when I took it out of the box, I was like, really? Wow. It feels amazing. The build quality is outstanding. And that feeling, or that sense of premium build, is really enhanced once you touch or move these dials on the front, because they're beautifully weighted. They just feel, I can't believe the price of this thing. On the front here, you've got your power switch and input select, so you can choose either Bluetooth or RCA. By the way, the Bluetooth, high-res wireless codecs, LDAC supported, aptX, all there, aptX HD. And then you've got your RCA input. And then this switch here is basically just for the internal lights. And I might as well show you. No, we'll come back to that. 3.5mm headphone output. Then you've got bass and treble tone controls and your volume control here. Around on the back, the Bluetooth antenna, RCA inputs. We've got a 3.5mm line out, so you can send that out to a subwoofer, which is awesome. And then your binding post switch are obviously on the small side. And as you might expect, this thing is designed for small bookshelf speakers, nothing too serious. And before I forget, the maximum output power, 80 watts for your speaker outs. And for the headphone out, we're looking at 130 milliwatts, which is pretty light. So it's okay. It's fine for IEMs, but if you've got powerful or demanding, I should say, headphones, this probably isn't the best option. But if you're looking for something that's, small, compact, kind of cute for speakers and or headphones, then this is a good option. Now I'm going to slot this thing back in, and then I'm going to plug it in and turn it on, and you'll see nothing. And that is because I haven't enabled this switch here. Now you can choose between two colors for your lights: green, like that, or orange. So obviously when you see the orange glow, it's not the natural glow of the tubes. They have a very, very faint glow. Like if you turn that off, you can barely see any color at all inside the tubes there. But it is pretty cool to have the option of two colors nonetheless. So these tubes in here, we've got GE5725 tubes. They are rollable, or you can replace them. You can use 5654, EF95, 403Bs, etc. There's a few different ones you can swap them out with if that excites you. But let's just get into the sound and talk about that for a minute. So those tubes, they introduce a nice subtle bloom to the sound. It adds a bit of dimensionality to music notes. The effect of the tubes is mild though, so don't expect like a thick, syrupy, really warm tube-like sound. You're basically just getting a gentle touch of second-order harmonics with very minimal coloration. And overall, I describe the sound of this as neutral to neutral bright. It's actually quite energetic. It's very vibrant. Of course, you can adjust the sound with those tone controls, so you do have quite a bit of leeway changing the bass and the treble there. So when I say it's neutral bright, obviously I'm meaning in the default or middle position for the bass and the treble. But nonetheless, I'm really impressed with the clarity of this thing, and also the detail retrieval, which is very, very good. It doesn't skimp on the bass. It's got nice punchy low-end performance. It's got an impressively fast decay in the bass. And when you do make adjustments with the tone controls, they're fairly subtle. They're not huge differences, but definitely audible, but not enough to sort of be destructive unless you go all the way in either direction, which is a bit silly. Just hover around the midpoint, but don't get too wild and you'll be pleased with the results. The Bluetooth audio is fantastic, really good quality, especially when you're using LDAC. It's almost indistinguishable from the wired input, but you'll notice a little degradation if you're doing critical listening. But however, for like just casual, non-critical listening, the Bluetooth sounds pretty amazing. So I mentioned before, the output power of the headphone out is pretty low, 130 milliwatts. Having said that, it actually drives my Sennheiser HD650s quite well. Obviously, it's not going to do it as well as a dedicated headphone amp or a higher tier headphone amplifier, but it sounds pretty impressive nonetheless. Very detailed, actually, with my HD650s. So overall, look, for just a little inexpensive device, $109, as long as you keep your expectations in check, it is a budget amp. It is designed for really just small setups, little beginner setups, or an office setup. It's perfect for things like that, and it drives my NHT speakers beautifully. It sounds really great. Really impressed with the clarity and the sort of transparent tone. Like I said, not hugely colored. You don't get a really heavy tubey effect, but I am still pretty impressed. So that's the KGUSS T3 Pro. And if you like it, check out the affiliate links down below. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, Pa Family Audiophile style. If you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button before you go. And until next time, see you later.